I'm definitely we're equal partners for sure, but like I'm definitely the one who, I don't know, I'm the leader. I'm the calming presence. I'm the one who is the like, this is how it's going. This is what we're doing. Like when everybody else is panicking, I'm the one who like centers. I'm the rock, basically. I don't know if that's an alpha, but like I'm the rock. I'm the one
You're the Dwayne of your family.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the one people like when my kids are freaking out, like when they're having.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Squad Pod, episode 73. If you haven't already, please be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment on any of the things that we talk about in this episode. We want to know what you have to say. Alex, as usual, you're starting us off this episode. Tell us what you're pissed off about.
I missed it last episode. It's because I've been building it. I've been building how pissed I am about my goddamn basement lights. All right. So my basement lights, I don't know if you guys know, but like they're like industrial and they're kind of like spiky. It's like the film over them that's spiky.
Yeah, I have them in my kitchen.
Yeah. So I'm replacing light bulbs in them. And first off, these light bulbs are $45 fucking for one.
Crazy.
For one fucking light bulb. I should be texting my landlord at this point. Like, yo, you need to buy me a light bulb. But like, whatever.
Bro, got a couple bulbs out here.
I'm glad we don't use that light often. It's actually like the light that we kind of avoid using. So I haven't had to replace it ever.
It goes out. You're like, we're putting a lamp in here.
Yeah, pretty much. Good to know.
Marissa's office is right behind me. I mean, you can't see because of the thing, but like she uses this light all the time.
Yeah.
Luckily, the one that's out is by where I film Tap That, and I have studio lights over there.
You don't really
I'm
need
like, maybe I don't need it, but I did buy it just in case. But anyways, I'm putting it in, and to get the screen down, you have to slide these two tabs over. So I do it. I buy the light, but like it's still hanging down here. So I come down, and I'm like putting the light back up, and I'm struggling with this last tab, and I flick it up. I drag my whole fucking knuckle across this thing, and I know it doesn't look like much. But this fucking thing hurts so bad because it chewed it, man. It's not like a cut. It was like gravel. It was like, and I was like, fuck.
I know what you mean.
I've been dealing with it for like 2 days now, and I am pissy about it because it hurts.
It's still hurting?
Yeah, dude. It still looks like that. It was like 2 days ago, and it still looks like that, dude. It just
I cracked my finger with a hammer the other week. It wasn't super hard, luckily,
but it's enough to piss you off.
I was up like this curtain rod, and I was just putting like the like the plastic things you put in the wall and the drywall to hold
it.
Yeah.
I was nailing one of them in, and I fucking word of advice: don't be on any vitamins whenever you hanging up shit or do anything. I hit my thumb as I was fucking putting it in. I hit my thumb, and I was and I was on a stool, so I was trying to balance, and I was like
It's always those like finger injuries or knuckle injuries that hurt the most, you know? Like, I know I told you guys a couple weeks ago because Wyatt was like, your hand's not a spatula, or I forget which one of y'all said that. But like I burned my knuckle on the top of my like oven because I put my hand in to flip a chicken patty, and then like no lie, the next couple of days I'm mowing the lawn and I got a huge ass blister on my so both my hands were like, I'm good now, but like for a couple weeks. I do remember saying like, bro, your hand's not a spatula, bitch. My hand's not a spatula. You're right.
Why you flipping it with the hand?
You're 100% right.
I've seen Annette do that, like getting something in the oven and she'll flip it with her finger. I'm like, what are you doing? You just got and stuff you can do. Why?
Sometimes. God gave you spatulas right here, so like, wow, you gotta be real quick with it. You ever see that TikTok of that lady with the oil? She's like, there's like hot oil and there's like these dough ball things that are cooking in it. And she's like, the caption is like, some people are just built different. And I'm like, no, I have no idea how she's doing this. It's like hot oil bubbling. And she's like scooping up the balls and putting them in the thing, like scooping them about. And I'm like, oh my God, just
no way.
Crazy.
I don't know. Are just so calloused. And like,
this is like the detriment to men and women. Like women and men, I guess, is that like we burn their hands cooking. We're like hitting our. This is why we hate hanging shit. We're like, I'm gonna hit my fucking finger, and I'm gonna be mad as shit for weeks.
I'm gonna hit my hand, miss the nail, and then I'm gonna hear my dad say to me, "Just give me the hammer." And
just give me the hammer. I'm here immediately. Like,
just hold the light. Hold the light, damn it. Hold the light.
Okay, Dad.
Yeah, my stepdad. Honestly, I know that was a joke, but he was the worst. He would fucking fix the car at like, it'd be like 9 o'clock at night. I'm like, why didn't you do this earlier? Like, why am I out here holding this goddamn flashlight? Like, why didn't you do this in the daytime?
I'm tired. I want to go to bed.
Hold that light still. I said, goddamn it.
Put it down here. Down where? I don't know where here is. Put it near the alternator. I'm fucking 12. I don't know what an alternator
I don't know what the alternator is.
What?
Is that near the engine?
Millimeter. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is.
Wrench now.
Give me the monkey wrench. What the fuck is it?
Can you convert that to inches?
Does it look like a monkey? Is it made of monkeys? What is it?
Does it have a monkey wrap? Like, I don't understand. What makes this wrench different from that wrench?
Yeah,
like,
come on.
It took until I worked on cars to really understand like any of that. You know what I mean?
Hand me the Phillips screwdriver. Which one's named Philip? I don't know.
Did your guys' dad do that to you? My dad did that.
Oh,
to me.
so
it was never like that with it, where he was just
like
me.
But him, he was just.
Me and my dad, we both have this problem where, like, if something needs done, we both are just like, just let me handle it. Like, if I know how to do it, I'll just take care of it.
I am.
So it was a couple years ago. We were camping, and usually us two were the ones making breakfast for everyone, just because we both like making breakfast. And there was the one time I was making like the main thing, like I was making like the eggs and French toast and stuff. He was just taking care of the bacon and like the meats that are, they're kind of easy to cook. And I remember one
throwing his dad down right now.
He had
an easy job.
No, well, I mean, you actually have to pay attention to some of that stuff. Like the sausage cook, like who cares? Like that's not that hard. So anyway, I'm like, I had like French toast there, and I'm getting ready to do it, and he takes his spatula or whatever and starts touching my stuff. And I'm like, no. Like, I told him, like, don't touch it. And he's like, what do you mean? And, like, he got mad. And I'm like, I'm doing this. Get away from my griddle. Like, and he got upset. And I got, like, kind of pissed at him. I'm like, stop touching my food. Like, I'm taking care of this.
Instinct right
you
here.
stay on your side.
Oh, I'm the alpha.
That's kind of what he did. He's like, oh, I'm top dog. Like, he ain't flipping that French toast in time. And I'm like, no.
If it was Vernon, he'd have put his hand in there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Had my hand in there trying to fucking flip the French toast.
This goes back to caveman times, bro. This is a story as old as time.
Oh my god, dude! He pissed me off that day. He knew I was pissed.
Oh,
there is an alpha mentality, and I never got to do that with my dad just because he's dead. But my real dad, I've told you guys this story before. Like, he always, every time he meets me, you're so tall. Like, man, I have been this tall forever.
Yeah, you've been tall since like second grade.
But my alpha story, I do have an alpha story where like I have an older sister, and my older sister has been alpha almost my entire life because she's my older sister. So, but at one point, I always remember we were arguing over, there was like 4 Oreos left, and we're arguing over them. And like, I snatched them from her, and I stood up like real tall chested, and she like came up to me like she was going to beat my ass. And like, it was the first time she realized that I was 2 heads taller than her. And she was like, shit. And she just like,
she's like, okay,
down.
Those are Oreos.
And like, I will remember that. And she'll tell you that story too. Like, that is the first time she realized, she's like, holy fuck, this dude huge. Like, I should stop fucking with this guy. Because like, I didn't have an alpha relationship with my dad or my stepdad, but my sister, I was like, no, these are my Oreos. Don't fucking touch my Oreos.
Jeez.
That's my alpha story. No, and I get that, Evan.
I'm not an alpha. I mean, I wouldn't identify myself as an alpha in any way. But in that moment,
alpha of your house.
I mean, okay, like, I mean,
by
definition, I'm the only guy here. I mean, and going to be
by definition, I'm definitely we're equal partners for sure. But like, I'm definitely the one who. I don't know. I'm the leader. I'm the calming presence. I'm the one who is the like, this is how it's going. This is what we're doing. Like when everybody else is panicking, I'm the one who like centers. I'm the rock, basically. I don't know if that's an alpha, but like I'm the rock. I'm the one.
You're the Dwayne of your family.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the one people like when my kids are freaking out, like when they're having a moment, I'm the one they come to, you know, because I'm the more level-headed one.
Yeah.
I'm the one who planned shit out, you know. And Marissa's got her strengths on her own stuff, you know, but like I'm definitely the one who's I got this.
Yeah.
Got this.
No, I gotcha.
What's that comedian's name? Wyatt really likes him, the shirtless one all the time.
Bert.
Yeah, Bert, whatever his name is. He has a great skit about it, about like he's paddleboarding or he's going on a boat with his daughters. And he's talking about like when you're a dad, you're not allowed to be afraid anymore. And he's paddle with his daughters in like Hawaii or something, and these sharks come up. And he's like, if I was by myself, I'd be shitting my pants. But he's like, I'm with my daughters. I'm like, it's fine. I got it. It's fine. Like I'll figure it out. It's fine.
I'm not gonna let anything happen to you.
Nothing's gonna happen. It's fine. And that's me. Like it's all fine. Got it.
I can figure feel that.
Like, yeah, like that's the alpha in me, you know.
For the most part, like I'm terrified of bees, but like when the kids are around, I'm just like, just walk away. Like don't do anything. But you know, if it was me,
exactly,
I'd just run away screaming like a little girl.
Exactly.
But,
yeah. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like there's things I'm afraid of as a personal, but as a parent, I'm like, no.
You can't be at times. Like you just can't.
Yeah.
Like,
stop it. I might be terrified, but I'm not going to show that, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Afterwards.
It also comes down to being straight up. You just don't want to look like a bitch in those situations too, man.
I don't want my kid.
I don't
want Tyler to tell his friends I'm a bitch.
And he will.
And Tyler's the alpha because he's just gonna go walk around just trying to like big man you, bro. Just like, oh yeah, dude, who was scared of those bees there, Alex?
I
caught one. You see, I don't have a problem with bees.
It's a buzz.
Buzz,
you little bitch.
I'll open it, Alex. I'll open it,
dude. One day Tyler might come up because I'm a stepdad. He's gonna be like, you're not my dad. I'm gonna fist fight you. I'll fist fight that kid.
I'll beat you up.
Like, yeah, you're right. I'm not your dad.
Let's go. I'll fist fight Kyrie.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fuck you up. Talk to me like that.
Come on. What do you got? Until the day you can beat me, you can't.
Yeah, exactly. It's a funny story. Tyler just went on vacation with his aunt. We weren't there. It was his first vacation without his parents. It was just his aunt and her kids. They all went on vacation, which was great. But she sent us this video of him picking up a horseshoe crab. Have you guys ever seen this?
Oh yeah, they're huge.
And he's pulling it out of the ocean. And the whole time he's pulling it, he's like, I don't want to touch it. It's gross. And like at the end of the video, he throws it on the beach. And the girl's like, why did you grab it? And he's like, because your mom wanted it. And I was like, he gets it. Like sometimes you just gotta suck it up. Like I don't want to do it, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna fucking do it if I have to.
It's gross.
Dude, it's a hilarious video. I'll have to share it with you guys. He's dragging it, just like no. Just like pulling it through. I'm just like, let it go.
Those things are huge.
Oh,
yeah,
no,
I was
pretty funny.
one time down there in Ocean City, like off a pier.
Yeah,
and I caught one of the fuckers, and I didn't know what the hell it was, dude. I was like, "What?"
You just caught a kabuto. That's what you probably like.
Yeah, I was like, "This." It looked like a Pokemon.
It
like,
does.
What is this thing, bro? That long ass tail. I had my fucking. He got it off the line and threw it shit back. You know,
because I'm not touching that. I'm either done fishing or you're getting that off the line. Yeah, I'm not touching it.
Oh God, that was the first and last time I've ever seen one of those. But
I see. You see them often.
I don't fuck with any crustaceans. No lobsters, no crayfish, no nothing. They're all creepy.
If it comes from the ocean, I ain't touching it most likely.
Even when I was a kid, I always remember this story about my uncle. I was swimming in the creek because we're from the country with my uncle. And this is actually kind of an embarrassing story, but oh well. I was swimming in the creek and a crayfish got up my shorts. And it was pinching my junk. And I was freaking the fuck out. And my uncle, again, Alpha, just came up and smacked me in my inner thigh, crushed that bitch and just let it go. Right in my inner thigh. Commanded the situation. I was like, damn.
Like, Jesus.
Like, I was young. I was like 7 or 8, maybe.
Yeah.
I was really young.
You didn't have to do all that, man. You could have just grabbed crayfish.
I don't know if he could have, man. It was like up my short. It was. I'm telling you guys, it was pinching my junk. It was in there. Like, I was freaking the fuck out. Like, what he did
What if he smacked the shit out of your junk, bro? Then you would have been.
It didn't hurt at 7, man.
It didn't hurt.
My shit didn't get hurt until I was older. Maybe your balls dropped early, Wyatt. My shit didn't drop till much later.
Do they have to drop for you to get hurt?
I think so. I don't think they hurt.
I don't think that's correct.
Nah,
I don't still get hurt. Like, I feel like when I was younger, it would get hit in the balls.
Hurt as bad, man.
It hurt as bad as if it hurt, like right now or even in high school. Like,
I fucking nip them now, and I'm like,
yeah. Like back then, I remember, like, even I see little kids get hit in the balls, and they're like, "Oh man, you don't even."
Man.
He's just.
I don't remember as a kid getting hit in the balls as a kid. Know what it feels like. I don't remember.
I just always remember hurting.
Yeah, it definitely hurt. Like, I feel like I know I could like relate. I know what Alex is means by it. Like, it hurts more now that I'm older, or even like at like the high school age and up. It was like, God damn it,
hurt like you got
each other in the balls and shit. Oh,
you were nut tapping each other and stuff. Like, it hurt like you got hit. Now it hurts in my stomach. Like, I'm sick when you hit me. I'm like, ugh.
Especially if it's just a tap. I swear. I swear, if it's just a tap, like, but yeah, I know what you mean, like that stomach drop feeling, and you're just like, oh, yeah, like it knocks the wind out of you.
The worst. I wanna talk about. We got way sidetracked, and that's completely my fault. But I want to talk about, you guys just had a very special guest on Cinema Trip. Tell me about that. It was a good episode.
Yeah, for anybody who hasn't seen it yet, we dropped a new episode reviewing American Werewolf in London. We had special guest Joe Lascola from Movie Dumpster. It was great, man. It was nice having him on. I'm a big fan of his channel there. He's been on Hack the Movies a couple times as well. I'm just a big fan of how he reviews movies and his insights, because he does deal with special effects. He has history with doing that kind of stuff and just design. So it was nice getting his perspective on certain things, especially with the type of movie it was.
Right, and he was super insightful. Like Wyatt was saying, like he knew his stuff. Not even just about this movie. He had so much information on just everything that we were talking about. And I said, can't think of him enough for even giving us the time of day and being on our show there.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. It was awesome having him on.
I don't watch his stuff personally, but I saw your review was like an hour and a half, and I did. Or it was an hour and 12.
It was an hour and 10 minutes or something. Yeah.
Does he usually do long form reviews like that on his channel too?
Yes. They actually just went to video here this past year. All their other stuff is audio only on YouTube. But most of the reviews are like an hour and a half to over 2 hours long, because they're just talking and breaking down all these. And they're not even like, there's some well-known movies in there, but a lot of it is just like B movie horror movies, like some people have never heard of. Not even just horror, just B movies in general. Some cheesy ass comedies or something. But a lot of it is like these cheesy monster movies or B horror movies. But it's a lot of cool shit in there. They reviewed Batman Forever. It's one of my favorite ones on there. It's hilarious. But they have like Super Mario Brothers, Street Fighter, and all that other stuff in there. A lot of good reviews though. And he also does work on Hack the Movies as well, which is a channel I also follow.
So his is more like a podcast form, right? Like his personal stuff.
Yeah, it's all like Movie Dumpster Podcast. It's him and his buddy Sean. I think they have another guy that they have on from time to time as well, but usually they bring guests in if it's not just the both of them.
It was a great episode. I did watch it. It was a great episode. You're right. He had an insight. One of my favorite stories he told was about Michael Jackson and John Lennon.
Yeah.
And you showed the video of him tickling. I know that was like right in the beginning, but I was cracking up in that. Like, and I've never seen that. I never
saw it either.
And I was like,
so that's funny going back and watching it after he talked about it.
Yeah, that was,
stop it, John. Stop it.
Stop it, John.
Some great behind the scenes things that like we had no idea even existed, So it was awesome just getting that type of information from him.
Yeah. He talks about later in the episode of how they did the werewolf running around London, where they built the werewolf and there was a guy pretty much laying on his stomach on like this cart,
like a
and they were pushing him like
thing.
like a wheel, like you're pushing someone like a wheelbarrow. But there's like someone in this werewolf costume like laying on this cart. They're just kind of pushing around the streets. It's pretty funny. But I had a video on there as well while he's talking about it.
Yeah. No, I saw that. He was a basket full of knowledge. I even wonder where he gets some of it. I mean, Like, I'm sure he just scours and does his research, which is good for him. Like, that's how you should do it. Like,
well, he has history with like making movies and stuff. He has done like effects and makeup for certain shit. So he does know. He has a pretty extensive wealth of knowledge as far as effects go and just design in general. But he's just a hardcore like a movie nerd, like everybody else that's doing these.
You could tell, and again, I only watched your guys' video, but I could tell right then and there, like watching, I was like, this dude's a good way a movie nerd.
Yeah,
this
and not only
a movie nerd.
And not only did he know his shit, but he was just so personable, and he was just so kind and genuine. You know, he was so refreshing to talk to. To be honest, I mean, I was nervous. Anytime we have a guest on, I get nervous. So I mean, just him
his
coming
energy
in
helped me even because I was nervous too. But he had great energy, and it eased me. Like, oh, okay, he's all about this. It's not like just something he just like, oh, I agree to this. He was all about it. He was so into it, man.
And pretty much talked to us like we were old friends pretty much. He came in just like, hey, how you guys doing? Let's talk about I fucking love this movie, man. And he just
I'm gonna be honest and nothing but constructive criticism here. I did notice it even. I was like, oh, these guys loosened up. He did loosen you guys up because in the beginning I could kind of tell you were like
I always am anytime we have like a guest on, man.
He loosened you guys up, like, and which is great for me to see, knowing you two, because like when I was watching, I was like, oh, they're not like shining like I know you guys can in those kind of situations. But by the end of it, I was like, nah, they got it. Like they're figuring it out.
Definitely.
You know? Yeah. And I was nervous, and I think it didn't help because I am a big fan of his as well. And I mean, it's not like a huge celebrity or anything, but being a fan, you know, it's cool just to get to do a show with him, you know, and that was kind of made me a little bit more nervous too. But yeah, like you said, he was so cool, kind and genuine the whole time, easy to talk to. And he's not like, cause he does this all the time. He knows when to, you know, input his knowledge, or like he's good with, you know, bringing that to the forefront. You know, I don't know. It's some guests you may have on that, you know, they wait for you to ask them a question, you know, to put their input in or something. He was just very upfront with his information. Like whenever there's kind of a lull or something, he would interject with something. Yeah. He just knew the ins and outs of how to do this, man. And he's been doing this for a long time.
And he had a lot of knowledge on this specific movie, so it made that even better, you know, because me coming into it, this is my first time watching this movie. Wyatt and him, they've seen it many a times, you know, so like it was easier for me to get comfortable too, because I'm like, okay, you know, I literally just watched this. I know everything here, but I'm still trying to almost process this movie, you know, in a way, but and then talk about it and give my honest review on it. So like I said, he helped with so many different things, even without even knowing it, probably, you know, just being as genuine as he was.
Hey man, even from this standpoint, I thank him for coming on, but if you get him back, Wyatt, I'd be interested to come on too. He was great. I'd be just interested to meet him, even if I'm not even on the review. I'd just be interested to meet him, you know. I
told him, man, like I would love to have him on again sometime.
Man, I got to tell you how I fanboyed over him. It's a little bit of a stepping stone, but the first person I ever followed on YouTube was the Angry Video Game Nerd, and he is literally like 2 steps away from him. Like, because you guys did it, I know he does the podcast or the show with
Hack the Movies, as part of Cinemassacre and shit.
It's part of Cinemassacre and Screenwave, which is James Rolfe and fucking Angry Video Game Nerd. And
they all know each other.
I was telling Marissa, I was like, you don't understand. This is 2 steps away for me, like knowing somebody that I have been watching for fucking 15 years at this point. Like I have been watching Angry Video Game Nerd since we were kids, Vernon. Like we watched that
since high school. Right.
Like I've been watching him for still, and Marissa's like, okay, and I'm like, no, like you don't understand.
Like, exactly.
It is a stepping stone.
Like the 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon or whatever. We're like,
I think it's like 6 degrees.
I'm like 3 or 4 degrees away from
degrees of James Rolfe. Like James Rolfe has worked with the guy from fucking Screen or the
Tony from Hack the Movies.
Exactly. Tony from Hack the Movies worked. Joe Lascola. You guys worked with them, and I've worked with dude. I'm 4 fucking degrees from James Rolfe, and I am fanboying over here, dude. Like I am like, dude, I own his movies, I own his box sets. Like I am a huge supporter of AVGN. Like I've been following it forever. It is one of the only channels on YouTube that I have bought merchandise from. I have bought the movie.
Through the avenues, we could potentially do some type of video game stuff with
you. Fucking meet the angry video game nerd. I will fucking have a heart attack, dude. Like, I am there. I don't care if I'm holding.
Well, we try to get ahead of ourselves.
Like, oh my God, I will freak out if I meet James.
Alex is already freaking out right now. Like, just at the possibility.
Oh my God. He's one of my favorites, dude. I love it.
One of the coolest things about it was just, at the end, after we were done, we were just talking a little bit. And he was just saying, like, because we just kept saying, like, hey, man, we really appreciate you being on the show. And he was just like, saying, like, thanks for having me. Like, I appreciate you guys reaching out. And like, when we had Philly 500 on, it was pretty much the same thing where he was just like kind of relaying to us, we're all in this together. We're all content creators putting videos out. We need to be collaborating and doing stuff with each other. And he's like, that's what it's all about. And I just thought that was so damn cool, man. That
stuck with me too, like you said. And it's something that immediately I thought about Philly 500 because he said the same thing. He was just as nice, just as genuine, being strangers and then doing an hour-long show together, and at the end and saying that we're
damn near the same response. Like I sent just to reach out, I DM'd like this like paragraph, like, hey, this is who we are. Would love to have you on our show. We do it over Skype. We're pretty schedule friendly, whatever. And then like, usually you would think like, oh, like ask questions. They're like, oh yeah. What, when are you thinking?
Just like,
absolutely.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And that was the same thing with Joe. And he was just like, yeah, man, hell yeah, absolutely. Like, what are you thinking about reviewing? When can you do it? Or like, what are you thinking? Right. But it was just so cool, just for them to reach back out like that and then do the show and just kind of just being so cool about it,
Mm-hmm. He was.
I would love to have him on.
I was enthralled the entire episode, and I mean, to be very truthful with you guys, and I do watch all your guys' content, but I know you a lot, so like, sometimes it's just like listening to you two talk. I was enthralled with his episode, like I was watching it because
what we're doing.
It's new to you.
Content.
Yeah,
like it's new to me, like.
And he's just even people who watch our stuff, he's new to our channel, where like now people who are watching our stuff and maybe not know him can go to his channel and check out everything there. I immediately subbed to both of those channels, right before we did the episode, just to make sure that I'm, there to see all the new future stuff as well. Yeah.
I mean, anybody can go watch the video right now on the channel on Waves 5 and also on the Cinema Trip Reviews channel. We also created its own separate entity here as well. You can catch all their links on that episode in the description as well. I put their YouTube, their website, their Twitter, and everything on there, so you can go check out everything they have to offer.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, I hope we can have them on again sometime here. It'd be awesome.
I would love to join if you do. Let me know the movie. I'll fucking
absolutely,
watch it.
Man. Yeah,
it was great. All right, so no, I know we're kind of going behind the scenes here. I don't know when this episode is going to come out. It's going to come out around the time Bob's Burgers comes out, right, Evan?
It should. What's the date on that? That it comes out
next Friday.
Couple weeks.
This episode?
I don't.
I don't know if this episode will be out next Friday, so it'll probably already be out.
I'm gonna tell you. I actually got a funny story. It's weird. Now I have a very different filming than you guys when I do Tap That. Which by the way, go check out Tap That. It should be on the Waves 5 too. But I do it all like in person. It's a different, like we're always like Skype and stuff like that. Usually, hopefully get in person here soon. But it's funny because Storm, he's taken a littler role in the show, and Ember is coming in, but I have to let Ember learn the lessons that I learned already with Storm, and it's like weird. So we're doing the Bob's Burgers episode, and I have already learned when I did the ramen episodes that filming in the kitchen is a fucking nightmare. There's too many angles, there's too many variables. Mm-hmm. It's not enough like content to move on, like
sound sucks,
dude.
Yeah, sound sucks. Like you can't
it's echoey.
You can't keep like attention that long. But she's like, no, we need to film ourselves filming these burgers. So I'm up there and we're doing the episode. Everybody go watch it if it's out by now, or stay tuned if it isn't. But like it's so funny because we're filming and I let her do it, like you got to learn your lesson. You got to learn the lesson too. And maybe she'd have brought a new technique that I was like, oh shit, this works, so I wasn't against it. I'm down for any creation. So we're doing it. And like, as soon as we're done, we're sitting down here filming and she's like, the kitchen episode sucked. And I was like, I know it's hard. Like, I don't quite know how to do it yet. And maybe it's just something we need to learn as a group, like me and her, or us, even if you guys ever come on. But like, I was like, man, it was just so funny to me to be like, I knew going into it that it sucks, but I was just like, okay.
It's all about trial and error, man.
What was the issues, Alex? I mean, I don't know how. I'm not like a filmmaker or anything.
The issue for me is when I record down here, it's a stationary camera. You're sitting there, it's pointed at you. It's much more of a talking, keeping your personality up. Where with the camera, and I take the GoPro up, and when I'm filming, cooking has a lot of dead space, especially cooking. Like, there's a lot of dead space. I don't want to show like the floor or this. And there's too many steps sometimes to be like, oh, it takes salt, and then like you take 2 minutes to get salt and put it in, and then there's pepper. Like, none of that.
You gotta film that. You gotta film this. You gotta film. Yeah.
So it's a lot shots. Of like pop, like, and I'm just not a good enough director at that point with like the visuals of it to be like, okay, this is where we need to be here. This is where we need to be here. I don't have a crew to be like, this is the camera here. Okay, cook that chicken for 5 minutes just so I can get the shot of it before I move on, Because even the burgers, we went and cooked them out on the grill.
Yeah.
I never took the camera out because I just didn't think of it. I was cooking burgers. That's what I was thinking about,
Yeah.
Oh, and that's like the most satisfying part. You get to see like
exactly. I should have gotten the camera out there to see the flip of the burger.
Yeah.
Like, I should have done that. So it's just
I feel like
experience.
Kitchen shots, I mean, you need to balance a lot of like close up, but you also need to see yourself talking. Like, I'm imagining watching like a Gordon Ramsay video or something, and there are a lot of shots that are literally like right in front of like the pan that he's cooking on, but like he's still talking.
Well, you
like,
could have a dub over top of it. Or
like I feel like
something.
That's one of the things you'd have to do a lot is like.
Well,
which is tough.
To do is,
I mean, because I think it's either that or have like multiple camera angles or something. Which at that point, that's
I mean,
that's you would have
thousands of dollars in cameras.
Or just use one camera and just get a bunch of different shots, like as you're doing it. Annette watches these like blog videos all the time on YouTube, just like these chicks that just make blog videos of what they're doing, like throughout the day or whatever, making food or whatever. And it's just, it seems like so much fucking work. And it's only one camera, you could tell. But just filming all this different shit, they're going out, they're making this, and then they go through every step of what they're making and stuff. And it's like how do they do this all the time?
Yeah.
And they're posting videos like every day or every other day.
They got it down to a formula too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
like Alex said.
That's all they do.
Like she had to learn, so like it's definitely a process there, but I think we could absolutely I don't want to turn this into a cooking channel or nothing, but I love Evan's one video.
I was just about to commentate on something about that.
I love that video, man.
Come on, Bruising Reviews, man.
I was one of the topics I was going to mention was one of my large unnecessary purchases, but I was actually going to mention, so I made cheesesteaks the other day and I actually recorded making them. And I got to like the end where I had to like, I was making them like Philly cheesesteak style. And I'm like, I need 2 hands for this. I don't have 2 hands right now. And Brittany is like off doing something. And I'm like, I'm not going to be able to record this. The whole video is ruined because the whole satisfying part of the video is putting the bun down, flipping everything over, and it's all right there. I don't have that shot. It's all ruined. Like, what's the point of even making this video now? So now the next time I make them, I gotta keep that in mind. But
you got a tripod?
You're right. Well, I was using my phone. Like that's.
I got a tripod for my phone.
Well, I wasn't taking that far. Like, because normally I could do everything with one hand, but
you said you're a necessary purchase. What'd you buy?
Oh, my grill. My flat top grill.
Okay. See, I thought this was leading up to like, I went out and bought 6 tripods. I bought one that hangs from the ceiling. Like I thought this is where this is leading.
So now I can do everything.
Yeah. No, my purchase is the grill. I bought an
assistant.
I bought an assistant.
Yeah, he's gonna film for me. I bought a filmographer.
I got a director to do it to help me with this stuff.
But yeah, dude. But just everything you do, you have to record it. Like,
and
dude,
I think
salt and cutting an onion and like just all those little tiny things, and it's like it's kind of exhausting.
I think very similar to you, I think, Evan, and again, Storm has been exceptional to my channel, and Ember too. Ember's been great, but me, I'm always in the director mode, I'm always like, what is the view of it? What is like the angle? What is like, what can I do when I'm
Which is how it should
this?
be. I mean, in most situations.
It's not that it should be. I think it's a good thought process for me where with Storm, let's use him as an example. Like he's a grander idea person. So he helps me a lot with just like coming up with what to do next, like what's next on the docket. Cause I'm not always thinking about that. I have a hard time with that. But then when he starts telling me that stuff, I'm like, oh, I know how to minutely like get like what I want out of that, you know? So we work really well off each other. And Ember is the organization of this project. I promise you, like she is like writing this shit down in notebooks and stuff. For me and Storm are just like, like just talking about shit. Like she's the best. She is tapped out at this point, dude. She is the best part. Greatest thing to happen.
I just thought of a really good idea, and I'm just going to say it on here. I don't care if it actually comes to fruition, but I want to do it. You always said about making me making you a steak. I say we just do like a collab video with.
I'm with it.
Like I say we just pop over some beers and make a steak.
We need to release like once a month, like some kind of cooking video, bro. Like make it a series thing, like Evan cooks or something. I don't know. Evan like just come up with cool
and draws
name,
stuff,
and then just like this is what I made this month.
Evan
Check
cooks.
it out.
I have come much more lenient in Tap That too, because every time somebody used to come over, every time Storm used to come over, I was like, no, you have to drink the full beer. I let Storm drink like little beers now because he's like, I gotta drive home. And I'm like, okay,
that's
get
fair.
But
yeah,
I used
come
to
a
be
long
like,
way from being super wasted to.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Wyatt and even Evan, man. I mean, Wyatt got the worst of it, but even Evan, I was like, no, you gotta drink the whole beer.
I did,
and now I'm like, I'll give you a little.
Bro,
bit
these
of it,
are like
figure.
9-10%. I'm gonna die.
Bro, what do you mean? I gotta drink this?
No, Bernie, you gotta come over and drink the whole beer. You gotta suffer.
Yeah, you didn't suffer yet.
And then
super close.
But yeah, I was gonna say you have the shortest drive of all of
Fucking
us.
walk home. Shit. Okay, I want the spicy episode, man. That's what
we just did, and it will not be out by the time this comes out, but we just filmed. I bought these ramen from fucking Korea. They were so goddamn spicy, dude. I don't know if I can do the spicy episode, man. Like,
we gotta do it, man.
We were crying. Me, Storm, and fucking Ember down here were crying. There was tears coming out of our eyes. We were eating like 11 different kinds of spicy ramen, and we were just like, I'm gonna have to cut so much out of that episode because it's a lot of it's just you guys crying. Like, I told I'm gonna make two. I'm gonna make two versions. I'm gonna make one where it's a lot of the conversation, and then I'm gonna make one of just us, just like dying, because it is a lot of us just dying, dude. It took us, I think, an hour and 10 minutes to film it all.
Oh my god!
And I have to cut it down to 20 minutes. But I'm telling you,
yeah,
guys,
if it was
at
spicy,
least 45 minutes of it is just us just dying, just like. So I have a great idea for the hot episode, Vernon, and you are a part of it. What I think I'm going to do for the hot episode is I'm going to make it progressively hot. Okay. So like
hot ones.
Start with like a jalapeno. Yeah, like hot ones. But there's going to be a punishment when you bow out, you know? So like, okay. And this is not a punishment, but let's say for the jalapeno, if you bow out at the jalapeno, you have to get a Tap That tattoo tattooed on you, you know?
Oh
like,
my God.
Something crazy, but
they'll get it's the first one.
Because it's the first one.
You shouldn't be tapping out on.
Yeah, they'll get lesser as you get to like the end, you know, like as you get higher. Because I think it'll make a good like, oh, I want to tap out, but I don't want to do this. So if I get to this next one, like I can do this, you know. And I think we're gonna know the punishments too. Like if you tap out, this is what you have to do.
The first one, you give him your car.
Yeah, like something crazy. I think the Tap That tattoo is gonna be the first.
You should have a mystery box. Just like, oh, you tapped out. You gotta see what's under the mystery box.
Yeah, man. I'm talking. I want to put
wheel,
like
a wheel
second
of
one.
punishments.
We thought about the wheel punishments for a while, but I don't know if I can convince people to come on and punish themselves like that for 20 views. You know,
like oh, you made it through all but one of the hot wings. Also, you have to get a tattoo now.
Well, that's what's going to help get the views. Is the punishment wheel too.
I'm getting those gummy bears. Have you seen those gummy bears?
They're spicy.
Yeah, the one chip challenge is like 11 million Scoville units or whatever it is.
Oh god.
The gummy bear is like 40 million. It's like crazy hot, dude.
What?
Yeah, look at this gummy bear.
40
man.
million?
I don't know, man. I'm making fucking numbers up, you know?
I thought I was gonna say because I was like the hot ones one is like 2 million.
Oh no, it's way higher than that, dude. No, it's in the million. It's in the tens of millions.
That's absurd.
I'll look it up right now.
I love
Little Nitro.
I'm not a spicy food fan. Like
me either. 9 million Scoville units. It's almost 10 million.
Damn.
Oh my god, that's still a lot. That's like
it's 900 times hotter than a jalapeno pepper
of the last dab. Jesus.
Yeah. It's called Lil Nitro, world's hottest gummy bear. I want Vernon to eat it, dude.
The world's hottest anything.
I want somebody to get to the end. I'm not gonna do it. No fucking way am I getting to the end. Like I'm gonna be the one who gets to tap that tattoo because I'm fucking bowing out. But like, fuck that, dude. That's so hot.
You want to tap that tattoo?
I was gonna say, Alex, like, oh no, I gotta get my brand tattooed on me.
Oh no,
that's so awful.
But I was gonna bring it back to your original point. I love how from doing this for a while now, a couple years, we've fallen into the groove of making these. You know, Vern, you have that process where you're not even just editing, like on your side, but like as we're doing the sports episode, we just go right into it, man. There's such a rhythm and just it's so fluid, man. It's right. I love it. And then even with the reviews now, we just kind of hop into it and do like an hour, not even an hour or so, depending on what the movie is. But it's just come down to a science, you know, just a process, you know, doing the video and then editing. It's just so quick for me now to do these reviews. And you get the reviews, the sports podcast out pretty quick as well. So, and also that you do the TikTok and the clips on YouTube as well.
And the thing about the editing process, like you're saying beforehand, I was doing so much less and it was taking so much longer, you know, because I know, you just go through, you learn the system, you learn what you're working with, you learn kind of like what you're looking for, what you want to put in. And now I do so much more in our videos and it takes me an hour and 15 minutes, hour and a half, really depending on the episode. But like, it's just like you're saying, it comes with just the process of getting used to it, doing it all the time, every week.
Doing it again and again.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I love it. I love it. I wish I could do it as an 8-hour job, to be honest with you.
Me too.
I know, man. Now how do you edit? Like, do you kind of go through the whole episode and then you're like, okay, I should add this here, or whatever?
No, I edit as I go through it, you know. So the very first thing, what I do. I'm chopping up the intro because you know how we record the intro. So I'm chopping that up. Yep. Cutting out the pauses, putting little things on the, you know, just everything for the intro there. So that's what I usually focus on very first, just to get that out of the way, you know. And then I just edit as I go. You know, I add like things along the way that are going to be there the whole time.
That's what I do.
knock stuff like that out first, like, you know. But I just kind of go through and try to make sure that I'm not missing anything. You know, I know we have certain sections where we cut things out, and we, you know, so just the process, you know, going through it and just trying to figure it out as you go. But it's a lot quicker now because I know what I'm looking for. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
my videos are much shorter, but I have a different kind of technique, which yours are probably
yours
better.
Are your editing process, Alex.
Yeah, I feel like yours
the complete opposite of ours.
Well, mine are only like 20-25 minutes long, but I watch it, cut all what I want cut out, and then I watch it again, cut out all like the silence parts, and then I watch it again and add all the like the things. So it usually, I mean, again, it only takes me about an hour and a half too, like Vernon, but I'm in a much smaller scale, you know. But then I add all the inlays and shit like that. So maybe, I mean, maybe I should just get better at
just get good,
like doing it. Listen, and I mean, I think I've said this in the podcast too. I think Ember has a talent for it. I think she's a much better editor than me. I watch her videos. I'm like, these are great. And then I watch mine. I'm like, okay, they're fine. You're like, they're serviceable. They're fine. If I could pay Ember, I would. She's much better at it. And maybe I just don't have a talent for it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, so, but
I'm always trying to find new ways to edit. And just like, I still find out new shit every time I edit. Right. But it's also trying to find a balance, especially with the reviews. I know, Vern, you say you add like pictures and, you know, the scores whenever we're doing games and stuff. it's trying to find that balance of not having too much shit shown but you also want enough to keep their attention. So it's not just us talking the whole time, especially with the reviews. I like to put the clips in there. I usually stay away from putting the sound in clips unless it's something important that we're talking about. Then I'll insert the sound on there. But I usually try to put like clips while we're talking over it, like whatever we're talking about. But I try not to use too many as well, so it's not oversaturated. And plus, you don't want to get a strike as well.
That's a big thing.
At this point, I'll take a strike. Fuck it.
But we also try to include just regular pictures in there as well as along with
not a
some of the clips.
Yeah, I've gotten a few videos taken down from that too.
I think we've only had demonetized. Honestly, if it weren't for the shorts, Jesus, if it weren't for the shorts, I could honestly at this point have our full podcast episode edited. Not counting rendering time, obviously. I don't want to count that in any of this, but I could have it done in maybe 15, 20 minutes. Just because, I mean, thankfully our show typically, like, we aren't pausing much. Like, usually someone is talking about something. If there's a notable pause, I'll cut it out. Or if there's obviously like something someone said that once cut out. But for the most part, we don't really stop. So I don't really have to.
Mine's like different camera angles and shit, and I have to remember. I'm like, okay, this is where I need the GoPro to put the different camera angle in. It's like
yours is totally opposite, and that's why I made such a big deal when we started this, and that's why I record it the way we do. Because ideally, the way that we would record this, it would be we would all have our own separate cameras, our own separate recordings. You would all record it and send it to me. That would probably give us the best quality ever. But that's just. Yeah. That's just not feasible. I mean, for us anyway.
Once, maybe if we get big, you know.
But honestly, doing this, I mean, Wyatt and Vernon, you guys know because you've done the same thing now. You press record, and literally like 80% of the editing is done for you. You have your overlays, you have your video, and everything is all right there. You just have to add the good stuff, like the extra bits.
And with the podcast, you don't really have to go in and throw shit up.
Like Vernon, you have the sports stuff. Why? I mean, you have movie clips and stuff. That's a whole different thing. Alex, you have to take.
I started adding in is like because it used to just be pictures and stuff, but I've been adding in video clips and stuff where I can just give it a little bit more, production value overall.
Exactly. That's what I want to do as well.
Yeah, like we don't really have to sift through raw footage and edit it like Alex does. Alex is a whole different monster involved here.
Right.
Where exactly? I mean, you're doing the traditional way, like where
I have no idea even how. Like, if you guys would sit me down tomorrow and say edit a podcast, I would have no fucking idea how to do it. Like, I don't know any of the system you guys
I don't know how Vernon and Wyatt have it, but like, I mean, a Premiere has presets and stuff, so I literally take like the title card. I don't have to make that. I just drag it in. I change the text, and it's done. The animation, everything is taken care of. Like. I don't have to do
intro
anything.
The tap, that's the same way. Like I just pull it in every time.
Yeah, like I have the intro as its own separate video, but like the overlay, like that pops up and everything, like that is all done.
The only time I recorded it was the promo for the Halloween.
Oh, and I like
reviews last year, the Halloween 3 one. Bro, it's so funny to watch now, but like at the time, like it was so cringy. I felt just because I hated recording myself.
No, that was good.
Yeah. I just hate it. I hate recording myself like that, man. It's so, and then editing it, I'm like, oh man, it's so weird.
Dude, we should do a new one.
We do need to make another one for this year.
I'll do a new one.
I need to figure out what it is. We need to figure out what
Christmas.
It is.
We already talked about that. We could do that.
I know we should have did that this past Christmas. Yeah. We do need to do that. I would like to do that every year, just like have a cool promo for like Halloween or something for the reviews.
I'll do it like a quick clip, but all of us in it.
Yeah, it'd be fun as hell.
Yeah, well, that's what's coming next, I guess. We got to talk about that.
And the show that me and Vern are working on as well. Heroes of Our Time.
Yeah.
We talked about it on one of the reviews before. I think it was the last one, Dog Day Afternoon. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. If you haven't seen the movie, check that out, then watch our review. But we talked about the new show is going to be coming out here soon. It's a work in progress. It's called Heroes of Our Time. We're going to be starting pretty much not at square one, but right when big budget superhero movies were starting up here, starting with 1966 with Batman, starring, Adam West, Burt Ward.
The classic.
Batman, the movie, which is ridiculous. But we'll get into that. That's a whole new. That'll be the first review. Yeah, and we're going to be reviewing every single live action superhero movie from that point going forward up until now. That's not to say that like any new superhero movies that come out brand new, we won't review right away. Going depending on what it is, but that's the plan. Is the new series Heroes of Our Time? We're gonna review it all. Chronological order. It's gonna be crazy because there's a lot of these movies I've never seen.
Exactly, and that's what I'm excited for, is all the movies that I've never seen, so it's going to be interesting journey to go on. I can't wait to do it with you, so, and we're, we can have guests on this type of stuff as well. Alex, Evan, either one of you want to hop on, absolutely, but that's going to be the main focus of it. It's going to be just like superhero flicks.
Yeah, I think when I was looking at the list, I definitely want to hop on for The Mask. I mean, because I've seen that movie a billion times.
Yeah.
That's what
we have a huge fucking spreadsheet of all these movies in chronological order, where you can find them streaming, if they are streaming. But that's the plan, and we're going to try to get as many guests on as we can. I'm sure Joe Lascola hopefully would like to be on one of them at some point. That'd be pretty cool. Right. But we're going to try to get as many guests on as we can, review these movies, because it's going to be pretty fun.
Yeah, and it's going to be a little bit different format than the Cinema Trip ones, just slightly different as far as what we're doing. But I'm excited for it, like Wyatt said. Hopefully we can get some cool guests on there as well.
Yeah, we'll kind of be going into like a more of a deep dive on the movies a little bit. Not only just talking about the movie itself, but maybe if it had an impact on the culture at the time, or if there's any video games with these movies, talk about those, any adaptations, sequels off of that, who knows. But we kind of go into everything about those movies instead of the basic Cinema Trip format.
Yeah, I have your emblem that I started. I didn't start the digital version yet, but it actually shouldn't take me too long. So I'm actually kind of excited how that's going to turn out.
Yeah, I mean, we both watched the movie. We both made some notes. We're going to be recording it here shortly, and hopefully have that out relatively soon. TBD.
Yeah, TBD. Once we get some time.
Yeah, I keep wanting to make that, but I keep getting sidetracked with my Dragon Ball drawings.
And I announced it before as well. We are going to have a Cinema Trip review of The Godfather for the 50th anniversary. We talked about it. I've announced it. I put the thumbnail out there already. It's coming. It's still the 50th anniversary this year. It's coming at some point.
It'll be here this year. Don't worry.
As soon as Vern watches The Godfather.
Don't worry. Put him under the buzz.
I think you can tell at this point.
Yeah. Oh God. Okay, I got it. I got you, man. I got you.
I mean, if you don't want to review it, maybe Alex or Evan would want to review The Godfather.
I don't like The Godfather, but I will watch it with you.
Then
I will review it.
I don't want to talk about it by myself, but
no spoilers.
I mean, that's the thing.
Like it.
Before anybody, if anybody, we don't review movies that we just like. By the way, we want to review. We want differing opinions on this stuff. So if Alex, you want to come on and talk about why you don't like The Godfather, we could do that as well. You could be You could be on the show.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Absolutely.
What you got against The Godfather?
It is a long ass movie.
I'm not. No, Evan, watch the review. No, I'm not I don't like mafia movies. Period. Really. Like any.
I'm not big on them either, but I love the fucking Godfather, man. It's just a dope ass movie. Of like,
yeah.
I guess you couldn't take it because it's a lot of stuff not involving some of the mafia too. It's like a lot of the drama.
Don't give it away, Wyatt.
I don't know. We'll talk.
Don't give it away. Yeah. Don't give it away.
Stay tuned. See,
at some point.
He's got a lot to say.
I got a lot to say about this movie, man. I love The Godfather. I love the book too. I'll be talking about the book. I read the book.
I never read the book.
It's a dope ass book too. Not as good as the movie, but it's a good book.
Oh man,
we've got a lot in store here for the channel.
We do got a lot going on. Vern's been pumping out these shorts and everything. And the TikToks.
TikTok on YouTube. We got a lot of content. By the way, I didn't want to interrupt you guys early, but we got another subscriber. We up to 96 now, boys. We rolling.
Yeah. We're 4 away from 100. We're getting there.
It's not much, but it's honest work.
That's what we got.
It ain't much, but it's honest work.
It's honest work. And that's all you
almost
got.
At 100, man. We're almost there. Please,
Oh, right.
if you're not subscribed, you're watching this right now, just subscribe. Please,
just hit the subscribe button, man. It's free.
It's free.
If you're not subscribed,
nobody should have to pay to watch this.
And you've watched this episode this long, what are you doing?
Yeah, come on.
Come on.
Yeah. If you like it that much, you watch it.
You like
Why
us
not
this much? It's been
subscribe?
54 minutes. Well, with that, you guys want to call this one a wrap?
Let's call it a wrap.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. As we've pretty much said this entire episode, stay tuned for everything that we got coming up. We got so many awesome things coming out. So,
And we're always brainstorming too. So there's going to be even more stuff.
I don't know. I'm feeling good about it all. So keep watching, subscribe, comment. If you think we should do something, let us know. Seriously, hit us up on Twitter or Facebook or in the comments. Man, just tell us. Tell us what we're doing. Tell us what you want. We'll do it. We'll do anything. But
We'll do anything.
We'll do anything.
That's a lie. They wouldn't get on the table with me. They won't do anything. They wouldn't.
That's
It's
for
true.
the Patreon.
It's true. Yeah, we didn't even set up the OnlyFans yet, Alex. Come on.
Yeah, come on.
That
now,
was
we
your
can't
job.
have
Alex will have the OnlyFans set up soon that you can subscribe to for premium content.
We will be recording in person soon, so there should be some content. For
So
that.
there'll definitely be content for the OnlyFans account. That's what we're saying. All right. Well, my camera's falling again. What the hell's going on with this? It's been sitting here for like 2 hours. But all right. Yeah. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.